We are live on Facebook and we are live on Instagram. Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be
glad in it.
So we're super excited to be here today to help these business people, honey, the business people,
The
and
business
those
folks.
that inspire, you aspire to be a business person.
Yeah,
Okay.
them
And
too.
then
Yeah.
even these OGs, I guess that would be us, the
Yes.
OGs that's out there. Welcome to our you better mind
Mind
your
your money.
money. Girl,
Better yet, it is girl. You
you
better
better
mind your
mind
money.
your money. And for the guys, you better mind your money. If you are listening on tonight. All right, we got NT8657. Thank you for joining us tonight. And as everyone else gets ready to join us tonight, welcome tonight. It's a lot going on in the world, girl. It's a lot going on in the world here in Atlanta. If you're at the airport, we sorry. We just so sorry.
What happened in Atlanta?
Child, the TSA is not getting paid, and honey, the backup.
Yeah, the backup. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
people are
all
they
over.
saying you need to get to the airport 5 hours. You know, yeah, it's just really bad, honey. It is
Oh my
really
gosh.
bad. So I hope we come up with some type of budget plan, spending plan. I really do, so that we don't have to. Because think about it, Miss Angeline. I know we're getting ready to talk about our topic on tonight, but I just love to bring up what's going on in the world because there's no
Yes.
secret, right? There's a
No,
lot
it is
going
no
on, and
secret.
sometimes we like to share, what's going on to do a little temperature check on everybody, make sure everybody's okay. But yes, what if well, we're in business, but think about it. If you remember working 9 to 5,
Uh-huh.
and they just told you, by the way, the budget is we
Is
can't come
blah
to a
blah blah.
decision on the budget, so
Mhm.
therefore, we want y'all to still come to work. Get up out your bed, leave your kids, come to work, and we just can't pay you. What's your answer, Miss Angeline? What's your answer?
Well,
Can I put it in
honestly,
the
I have
chat? What's your answer? Put it in the chat,
put
Miss
it. Yeah,
Charlie.
let's get feedback from our
Yeah,
attendees
what would you
here.
guys
But you know
do?
what?
What would you guys do?
I have not
What
experienced it.
NDT
What's
souls like nope, NOPE, nope. Nope. Anybody else? Would you show up at the TSA to make sure that the people get to their flights, and then make sure that there's no weapons or anything that would harm anybody from a security standpoint? You would do your job just as if you were getting paid because you are doing it as unto the Lord. Yeah.
now when you put it that way, that's coming from a different perspective, sis.
Oh,
Now,
Miss Charlie said, she said, I would still go. Look at God. Look at God. I'm telling you again, it's 50-50. So that's
it's
why,
50-50 because it depends on where you are in life.
yeah,
Are you going to a
yeah,
job that you
yeah,
like? Are you really
yeah,
going to a job that you enjoy doing? Then yeah, maybe it's like, yes, this I enjoy doing this. I'm here to support,
yeah,
to make sure the people are safe and everything. Excuse me. But if it's the job that you don't enjoy, you ain't liking
yeah,
anyway, that's a easy, you could flip that coin and easily say, no, I'm not going. They ain't paying me. I'm not going. So it could be
yeah.
a 50-50. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
see
and
that.
so that is it. It's 50-50 in the crowd. We got some people like absolutely not, nope, and nope. Okay. And then other people, Miss
Yeah,
Charlie, hey, I'll be there. I'm gonna still go because I know they need us and the people
right.
got to get to their destination and all other things.
As
And I'm gonna
unto the
have
Lord.
integrity. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna do the job according to
Mm-hmm.
the SOP and the instructions, and we're going to keep these planes safe and all of the things of,
With
so
passengers safe. Uh-huh.
yeah, keep the
Mm-hmm.
passengers safe and everything. So that's why the TSA is not shut down. It's just slow because you got 50/50 percent of the
Right.
people that has shown up.
Right. Exactly. And thank God
Yeah.
for the 50 that showed up.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for the 50% that showed up. I'm just glad that I'm not flying anywhere
Flying
right
this.
now.
I know. I know, right?
But
Because
we
you
because I
because you're in
appreciate
that airport quite often, sis. You're
yes,
in there quite often.
I am. I am. Welcome, Hearts. SS4. Thank you for joining us tonight. NT Soul, NDT Souls, Miss Charlie, and NT8657, Miss Nicole. Thank you for showing up tonight because we have a wonderful topic tonight. Essentially Miss Angeline Harris, your tax strategist and financial freedom expert, is here to help women turn financial anxiety into peace, clarity, and legacy without shame, without the jargon, and without gatekeeping. She is here tonight to help make sure that money feels like something you can hold calmly and you can let it go freely, but not keeping you hostage. So I'm super excited tonight to for as she shared tonight. So get your notepads, get your phone out, all of the things, take notes because we know that note takers are money makers, and those
That's
that
right. That's right.
execute, they will grow, thrive, and prosper. So for you guys who do not know who I am, if you're your first time joining the live, or you're listening at the replay, my name is Katrina Fitten, your business funding expert. They call me the funding queen. I literally love helping business owners to get the funds that they need to start, to grow, and scale their business. And so this is what I do every day. And
Mm-hmm.
my business bestie over here, she helps you to keep the money. So let's go ahead and get into the lesson without any further ado as you tell the people who you are. And let's get right into it because today's topic is about minding your money, but making sure that you are having like money meetings and just really, making sure
Right.
that you're in tune with what your tax dates that we have coming up and all of the well, one of the important dates have already passed, so you might want to help the peoples that missed the date. So talk to us. What is it that you do and how do you serve?
Well, girl, you did most of the introduction already. So,
Well, you to tell the people what you do.
well, okay. So I am Angeline Harris, your tax strategist, right, and financial freedom expert. I help entrepreneurs and business owners keep more money in their pocket by leveraging the tax codes, so that they're not paying Uncle Sam more than they have to. So, Katrina, I know that you help them get the money. So I'm your sidekick girl to help them
Yes.
keep the money. And there are ways, there are strategies, there are things that an entrepreneur can do to leverage the tax code and understand their finances so that they are in the driver's seat, right?
Yeah.
They are steering and guiding their finances. They're determining what their financial outcome looks like, their wealth building looks like, what it takes. And even if you're not there yet, just even educating yourself. I'm big on education. I enjoy
Yeah.
teaching
Me
and
too.
sharing and mentoring and educating women or even other business owners. It don't have to be women, but I thoroughly enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's my wheelhouse. And so, as a tax strategist, a lot of people just kind of run away from taxes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They kind of just right. They just want to hide their faces, put their head in the sand and say, "Oh, I'll deal with that later." But if you really educate yourself and truly try to understand, especially as a business owner, you are putting arsenal, you're putting weapon in your arsenal so that you know how
Yeah.
to navigate, you know how to fight back, you know how to stand and take charge of your business, right? And so that's what I do. I help entrepreneurs do that really and truly, legally, ethically leverage the tax code so that they do not pay Uncle Sam more than they have to in taxes.
All
And
right.
so, yeah, so that's what I do. And Katrina, you at like I said, as you get them the money, tell them once they get the money, they have a plan and a purpose for that money, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what we help them do.
Okay, well, ladies, if
So, anybody else?
money, yeah, you can talk. Go ahead and talk to them about what our topic is
Yes.
about
Yeah.
tonight.
So, yeah, because oh, girl, we're almost 15 minutes in. So let's move, get them moving. Okay, everyone. So this evening, I just want to talk about money, and I'm going to throw in some tax tips as well, just to help
Money, money,
you.
money, money,
I know we should have that as an
money.
intro
Yes.
song.
Come on, y'all, sing it with me now.
Gosh. So ladies and whoever else is on call, gentlemen on the call, if money makes you feel like
Mm,
put you in a mood swing, that
yeah.
you're good one day and then you're in a panic mode the next day. Well, today is your reset day. Okay. We're,
Yes.
we're, we're taking that off the table. We're going to do a financial reset. We're going to do a money reset because your money doesn't um, need a miracle. It just needs a meeting.
Just a
You just
meeting.
got to have a meeting with your money.
Okay.
Okay. And not a meeting to beat yourself up, but it's a meeting to lead yourself, to guide
Yeah.
yourself, to
Yeah.
reset, to give yourself a plan, to give yourself a direct purpose, right? So that's totally different than a mindset or having a meeting like, oh gosh, I made a mistake. I should have done this. I bought that. I didn't do this and didn't get this set up. I overspent here. That's not the type of money meeting we're talking about. We are talking about a money meeting where you are in the driver's seat and you are having a conversation with yourself to give yourself direction. All right. And if you don't know how to give yourself direction, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to give you a reset and we're going to give you some actual tips, strategies. So get your pen and paper out. So if you haven't done this, you have a start. And it's going to take discipline, just like anything else, right?
Yeah.
It's going to take discipline. It's going to take you saying, okay, Angeline, put it on your calendar,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a Friday evening, Saturday
Mm-hmm.
afternoon, maybe a Sunday evening, to
Mm-hmm.
set aside time to work um, on your business, not in your business where you're doing the busy work, but as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as you're wearing the managerial hat of your business. So you're working on your business. So that means you got to take time to look at what's going on in your business. Okay. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
type of money meeting we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
Okay. And so, and just think, and you got to make time for this because especially us as women, we're busy, with not only our business, but, we are taking care of our family, our spouses, right? We're
Yeah.
running errands. We're answering, our email messages. We're answering the phone. We're showing up for everybody, family members. You girl, you know how that is.
Yes. Yes.
Family come knocking on the door. I'm the
Yeah.
guilty one. They come knocking on the door. They need help with this. They need that. We're busy. We're busy. We're busy. And so we need to be able to take time for ourselves to our own business, our own self, and put that and make it an appointment, make it important to ourselves, right? And so this is type of meeting that we're going to have every week. All right.
Yeah.
Every week, a
You know
weekly
what?
money meeting. Hmm.
I've had started doing this long years ago, right? Because if you don't look at your money will it will escape you. Okay, it will
Girl, it'll take leg and run.
it be what they say. You put your money in pockets with holes.
Holes in it.
Where you say you not getting paid. You know what they say? People paycheck to paycheck. Some people are just paycheck. paycheck to Friday, meaning that you get
Yeah.
the check on Friday and it's already gone. Okay,
Gone on Friday. Yeah.
so
Mhm. Mhm.
paycheck to
Mhm.
Monday. It's like you go back to Monday, and it's like the money you just got paid. Now you starting back at zero.
All
And
over it. Right.
so
Right.
in a business, what I do know is that you often have expenses in your business. And so what I've learned is that you have to look at your money daily, and at the very minimum, at least weekly, especially
At least once
if
a
you're
week.
doing it on your own, especially
Mhm.
if you're doing it on now. If you have a
Mhm.
team, you have a bookkeeper and you have
Mhm.
a fractional CFO or some type of CFO, which is someone actually looking and forecasting and making sure that you have the proper cash flow to pay your bills. Then if you have a team, then you may be able to look at it, bi-monthly, every other week, or
I
maybe
wouldn't go
month.
bi-monthly.
Well,
At
I'm
least monthly,
when
girl.
I was
At least.
saying bi-monthly, I probably should
Mhm.
have said twice a month is what I was
Yes.
meaning.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yes.
twice a
Okay.
month, every 2 weeks
Yes.
or what
Twice
have
a
you.
month. Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
to
That
make
part.
sure, but if but me,
Yes.
obviously being a finance person, I say you need to look at your money daily. Like, you have a one of those auto emails that are sending you, hey, this is what your balance is today. Or put some alerts on your account saying, hey, if something's spent over $100, let you
Mhm.
know, just different
Right.
type of just making sure that you are looking at your money. But I have my money meeting on Sundays, typically Sunday evening, where you're kind of chilling, getting ready for the week, get ready. I like to kind of go through and just make sure, okay, what's came through this day, what's coming through, what's expected, just see where we are, see if we
Right.
need any additional infusions of revenue coming in that's needed, and what the follow up, because it didn't come in or whatever.
Right.
So just I
Exactly.
like doing
So
it weekly on Sunday. What's your
Sunday.
day?
Mine is Saturday because Sunday
Saturday.
I am committed to the Lord's work. So Sunday I am busy.
Mhm.
Either I'm teaching for Sunday school, Sunday
Yeah.
mornings, and then worship on,
Yeah.
worship morning. Then when I come after church, either I'm spending time with family or we have other obligations for Sunday. So I
Yeah.
really keep my Sundays for
Yeah.
the Lord's work.
Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
a lot of activities.
It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot of activities.
And
And
the
then
chat.
so Saturday is for me. Huh?
No, I was just saying in the chat, when is your money day? Let the people know, let us know when is your money day.
And if you
Uh,
don't have a money day, let's commit to one now.
yeah.
Commit to right now, right now. Okay. I'm going to commit to myself to have a money day on Saturday, Friday,
Yeah.
whatever day that you are able to slot in at least 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. At
At
least.
least. Okay. So
Yeah.
what are they saying?
We have,
Somebody is
I had no one has given us any comments yet, but maybe you
okay.
can put down a date. But we do have some new people who have joined us. We have Anissa. How you doing, Miss Anissa has joined us. We got Miss Donna has joined us. She says she does Friday evenings or my money
Okay.
day. So that's good.
Good. Good,
And
Miss Donna.
let me see
Good.
herein lies the peace of God. My God, I love it. Here lies in the peace of God. She says she picks Friday, so she's going to start doing it on
Okay.
Friday. Miss Charlie says she's going to start. Monday would be my money day. All right, we
Okay.
love
Monday,
it.
Monday.
They're committing. We got
Monday, Monday.
Friday, we
Good.
got
Wonderful.
Monday, we got Sunday, you got Saturday. So yeah, I
Okay.
love
That's
it.
good. So that's the start. So now let's take it the next step further, right? So we all chose our day, right?
Hmm.
Um, and so we're going to take it a little step further in just a moment here. But what I just also want to say is, because most women don't really struggle. Um, because they don't care about their money. They struggle because the money feels like it's a scary thing because they really
Yeah,
don't know how to really manage it. And
yeah,
that's where I really enjoy coming in and sharing and teaching and mentoring how to truly manage it in an effective, peaceful, calming way where it's not scary, where it's not overwhelming, where it is something that you enjoy,
yeah.
because if you're
Normal,
in
normal
bit,
part of your life.
it's normal. Right. And if you're in business,
Hmm.
bottom line, you're in business to make money. Bottom
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
That's why people go have a business, because
Yeah.
there is no ceiling, no limitation on the income that you can make, right?
Yeah.
And so if you are in business and you got in business, you're there to make money. Okay. So at least I'm going to assume that.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
So we
that's
don't
what the IRS says that you have to
pretty much, yeah. So that's what the
in
IRS said. If
pursuit.
you are
In
operating
pursuit.
in pursuit of income,
Yes, you
IRS
called it
code
that.
162A. And you
Mm.
guys write this down. If you don't know anything else about an IRS code, write this one down. IRS code 162A states that if you are in business or if you are in the pursuit of income for your business, then you also have the opportunity, you have the freedom, you have um, the chance to write off expenses against that income or
Yes.
expenses that are incurred to produce that income. Okay. And so, and that being said, also it is the expense that is ordinary and necessary for your business, for your type of industry, for
Mm.
your specific clients that you may be catering to, right? Because we, I'm just going to give an example for myself being in accounting and taxes, right? My accounting service of what I'm offering and the expenses that I may be claiming to produce that type of income I want from it may be different from another accounting office, bookkeeping, and tax service, right? I may be more heavily into speaking engagements. So traveling may be more of an expense for me than a standard, bookkeeping accounting firm, because they probably don't travel a lot, right? They're pretty much stationary in their office. They're on the computer doing the work. But for me, if I'm doing speaking engagements, I'm out doing live events and things like that, that would be ordinary and necessary for my accounting and tax business. But that may not be ordinary and necessary for another type of accounting and tax business.
Yeah.
So when you can justify and show to the IRS and show that how it is important for your business, because this is where my flow of income is coming in. This is the majority of my income is coming in from doing webinars, from doing online events, or going to live events and speaking at other people. If that is my higher source of income for my accounting business or tax business, that's ordinary and necessary for me. And I am allowed to write off the airlines, the car rentals or Uber, my traveling meals, right? The hotel costs, all of those things, because it's ordinary and necessary for my accounting business.
Yep.
Hopefully that making sense.
Makes
So,
a
and the
whole lot
same
of sense.
thing, and everyone can leverage the IRS code in that way, that it is ordinary and necessary for your business, for your industry, whatever that may be. Okay. So that is one thing. That's a tool that I would say, write it out, slap that puppy on your computer screen so that you will never forget it. And
Yes.
then when you're also looking at as we're going to go through looking at your finances, your income, then you can start thinking about what is ordinary and necessary expenses for my business as you are honing in on your finances, that you're not spending frivolously. Are you spending using spending on expenses that are going to help you generate income? Is traveling is going to help you produce more income for your business? If traveling helps you produce more income for your business, then travel on, right? Because it's
Yeah.
bringing in money, that MGA, money generating activity, right? Um, and so I said that to say, because you had hit that key word,
Hmm.
ordinary and necessary for your business.
Yeah.
So that is a powerful, powerful, powerful tax strategy code for you to understand and to leverage as entrepreneurs and as business owners. Okay.
So I
So
hear
to
you
get
got
back into,
a 15-minute framework that you do for weekly meetings. How does that work?
yes, so you're the 15-minute framework. So we got them to commit for those who did not have a
Yeah,
money
we
day.
even got one
So,
more that committed here. We got ND Souls committed to Sunday.
all right, wonderful.
Yeah, so we
So
got a
in
lot of
that
people
Sunday,
who committed.
the 15-minute framework, you guys. So if it's money and finances feel overwhelming to you, break it down into chunks. And this is how we're going to break it down into chunks in the 15 minutes. So, like for the first 3 minutes, look at your income, look at what came into your business bank account. All right. And this presupposes that if you're in business, you all are not commingling funds, your business with your personal. I'm talking about business. You're going to be looking at your business bank account. Okay, what deposits came in? You're going to be looking at your invoices that you may have sent out. Did all your clients pay their invoices? Are their invoices still outstanding? Do you need to follow up, make a phone call? To your client, your customer, hey, I still see that, your invoice is still 10 days past due. I'm just calling to see if, not if, I'm calling to see it today is a good day to make that current. How would you like to take care of that? MasterCard, Visa, American Express.
Mhm.
Don't give them too many options because you don't want your income to start going this farther and farther out, right? You need your income to come in so that you could continue to do the work. So, looking at your income, your deposits, your invoices that you build out, or if you are if you do your things by sending out proposals first, looking at your proposals. Did the proposals get sent out as you say they were? And then what is your follow up time on that proposal? Okay. So these are things part of your money strategy, your weekly money strategy, getting a pulse on it, knowing where you are in those things. Okay. Um, and then when you're looking at your deposit, you're not looking at it to judge it, to prejudge it like, oh God, that's not enough. You're looking at it as like, okay, didn't hit the goal. So what do I need to do? What pivot do I need to do to make that goal the next week? Right. So we're not looking at it at a point of being negative, right?
Right.
Or
Right.
being defeatful and beating ourselves up. We're looking at it as a strategy. What can I do differently? What can I do next? Right? To keep moving forward. Right. So um, I really want to emphasize that when you're looking at your money, don't beat yourself up.
No
It's
judgment
just
zone.
no judgment. It's a no judgment zone. It's just looking at it as a tool, like, okay, this is where I am. This is where I need to be. Now I have it as a tool. How can I get to my next level? That's all you're doing. Okay. That's all we're doing.
Oh,
So that's going to be your first, few minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. You're looking at the revenue, what came in. Okay. Um, and then the next few minutes is the spending. Looking at your account, what did you spend the money on? And the reason why, let me just preface this honestly, because I know for me, I really have to get a handle on is when you put things on auto pay.
yeah.
It's good to put it on auto pay, but it can easily get out of control on auto pay, especially like subscriptions.
Yeah.
Or I had subscriptions to HeyGen. I had subscriptions to, and if I'm not using it on a regular basis,
Yeah.
that's just money not being
Yeah.
well used at this point in time, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Um, yes. So
Especially
that's what you
those
want to.
like something like from a personal perspective, you have something that you've purchased and you put it on subscription and you're like, "Oh my God, why does this keep delivering?" And I'm not even it's like it's I got too many of them. I'm like,
That one too. Yeah.
I got 5 of them. I'm like, "Okay, we need to stop this subscription because
Subscription.
I got
Hmm.
too many." Yeah.
And the principles that you're using for your business, the same principle applies
Mhm.
for you personally so that
Mhm.
you can manage it personally. Because what's going to happen if you don't manage your personal side, you're going to filter or pull from your business to take care of the personal. You're going to, even though it's not your money per se, it's the business money, you're going to have that desire to say, okay, well, I'll just take it from the business and, take care of the personal over here. And that's because you don't have personal under control. So the same strategy, the same thing that you do for your business, you can apply it to your personal side as well. So that both of them are under your guidance. Both of them are under your leadership, right? You're in the steering wheel, you're in the steering power of your business and your personal. And that way your personal doesn't drain from your business. Okay. Because if one is out of whack, I, mind you, it's going to drain. And I'm just going to throw in a quick story here because when I was working in corporate, I managed dentists and doctors that were in private practice, right? So I managed not only their private practice business, but I
Yeah.
also managed their lifestyle
Okay.
because the consulting company that I worked for um, realized that if you don't have control over your lifestyle, your personal,
Yeah.
it can
Yeah.
derail the business. And so that's why we took the reins of both personal books. I mean, we paid their bills, we paid their personal bills along with their business bill. We
Yeah.
knew how much money was going in their personal account because we put the money into their personal
Yeah.
account from
Yeah.
their business, right? So it was a way to gatekeep that they would not kill the business.
Yeah.
Okay, they will not kill the business, and so they go real honestly. The personal and business go hand in hand when you're doing the managerial part. Is what I'm trying to say. All right.
Yeah.
So spend at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes looking at what's going out on a weekly basis. So get a control over those automatic withdrawals. Look at it. Are they automatic withdrawals that are helping you to produce income for your business? If it is, okay, that's fine. If it's not producing business and your cash flow is struggling, that you need to make a decision like cut it out now. Just cut it out, right? Just stop the subscription or whatever it is. Okay. Um, and then as you're looking at your expenses, again, no judgment, John. You're just looking at it at a point of view of making a financial decision, making a business decision, making a managerial decision. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so that's going to take, if you do this consistently on a weekly basis, and honestly, you will say that you won't have to spend a lot of time in it because you'll be able to pick up what's going on. You'll be able to see what's out of the ordinary, what may be uh, anomaly. I would say, if something would stand out, if you do it on a regular basis, like if I would like what happened to me was, I shared a few weeks ago that somebody tried to, um, it was with PayPal.
Yeah.
No, with PayPal, Cash App, right?
Oh,
It
Cash
was
App.
the Cash App. I think it was
Mm.
the Cash App. I did have an incident with PayPal too,
Mm.
um, but it was with Cash App. Somebody tried to send me a deposit through Cash App, right? And I normally don't take deposit business deposit through Cash App. I would
Mhm.
take business deposit through PayPal, but not Cash App. And so when I
Mm.
was going through my weekly um, time of what's happening in my business account, I saw uh, a Cash App try to come through,
Mm.
but it didn't go through. So I'm like, what is this Cash App thing? So, you know,
Mhm.
it was something out of the ordinary because I don't do Cash App in business.
Mm.
And so I had to go back and see what somebody tried to pay. I don't know. It was you know, a fraudulent thing that they something happened. But then it got blocked. Thank God my bank blocked it. It didn't go through. And so when you're on top of your finances like that, even the
Yeah.
littlest thing like that, it will stand out to you. You will be able
Yeah.
to catch it, you know, and it won't catch you off guard. Okay. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of fraudulent activity, especially as we start doing more things online, right? We are
Yeah.
integrating apps and different types of service to make it more convenient for us, to make it more time um, easily to use, you know, save us time. You got to be just as vigilant with that, you know, because there's a lot of fraudulent activity going on, right?
You know
And
what? I
so
did
doing it
hear
on a
about
weekly
that.
basis allows you to stay on top of that. Hmm.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Something about people were doing, like, for example, Venmo or Cash App or something like that. What they would do is they will use a credit card. No, not a credit
Hmm.
card, but what you call it, the thing you buy at the store, the gift cards.
The gift card.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so they'll use a gift card or credit card or whatever, and they will send you the money, like 200, 300, whatever, how many dollars. And they will say, "Oh," they'll send you a note, "Hey, I'm sorry, I accidentally sent this to you. Can you
Yeah.
refund it?" And so
Yes.
what they do is when you refund it, what is it going to do? It's since your account is attached to the Cash App or Venmo, it will refund it from your account, and they will
Hmm.
cancel the gift card or the credit card charge. So what they quote unquote supposedly sent you, they rejected it or they canceled it. But your money going to
Make
them, they will end up receiving.
receiving it
But
right.
you can't,
Yeah.
because it's cash, you cannot get a refund on it, because it's not
Yeah.
a credit card. So that's why I
Right.
always
Is
tell
your
people to use
protection is
credit
very
card
limited.
as
Hmm.
much as possible because they will
Hmm.
cover you versus doing debit cards and things that are cash.
Hmm. Hmm. Exactly. And now if I had not done my weekly review of what was going on, that
Mhm.
wouldn't have been brought to my attention. You know, if I waited till like the end of the month or next month, you know, my eyes wouldn't have been open. And so now I'm even more aware of what's
Yeah.
coming in and out. I'm looking at it with a more vigilant eye. So you guys just be vigilant with your accounts, okay, and your cards and everything. There is a lot of fraud, and people are getting more and more smart on how they go about being fraudulent.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, for you and I, we probably are like thinking, well, how did they come up with that? You know, because it's not in our
Yeah.
framework to
Yeah.
be
Okay.
like that.
We too busy, baby. We ain't
We're
got time
too
to be
busy.
thinking
Yeah,
about
we
that.
ain't too. But people are out there being busy like that. So
Mhm.
that as that will just help you to be more vigilant about your money. When you're doing it on a weekly basis, your radars are up. Okay.
Yeah.
And again, we're just talking about 15 minutes. Start out
Mm.
with just 15 minutes of doing this, just being vigilant, knowing what's going in and out of your business income and business account. And again, do it personally as well, because stuff happened personally as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just interject a tax strategy tip here. So while you're scanning your weekly expenses, what you're spending on, especially if you got a lot of things on auto pay. I do have a lot of things on auto pay. I don't sit down and just write out checks. I haven't written a check in years. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
know
mean,
there's some business.
I highly recommend auto pay because number one, because the credit score, we talked about this last week,
Yes.
35% of your score is payment on time. And so if you're like me, you got too many budgets and too many companies that you're trying to manage finances on, you don't have time to be trying to figure out, oh my God, I got to pay this on the 15th. I got to pay this on the
Yeah,
17th.
that would work. Yes. Now, if you're paying your credit cards, that would be good to you because you know what that is, and that comes around every month, right? If you're active with your credit card, you will want to put that on auto pay. That makes sense,
Yeah.
right? But
Well,
other things like
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Uh-huh. That makes sense to put your like your loans so that you know
Yeah.
you're paying it on
Bills
time.
and
Your
stuff. Yeah.
bills, credit cards, you're paying that on time. You know those are given. But I'm talking about the things like subscriptions,
Yeah.
or if you are in different types of clubs, membership clubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you active in those membership clubs? If you're
Yeah.
not active in them, if they're not helping you to produce income,
Yeah.
get rid of them. You
Yeah.
know, it's
100%.
those type of things. But yes, your bills, your credit cards, your loans, things like that. You know, you need to stay on top of and make sure that they are paid on time. Yes, auto pay those.
Yeah,
But
because that way you don't
those
have to
other
be
things,
worried about,
right?
that, and all of a sudden you got a 30-day late, and all of that. It's
Yeah,
just too. And then my thing is, it's capacity, brain capacity. I don't want to have to think
think right. Yeah,
about bills. I want it to be on auto. That way I know that's paid. I don't have to worry about it, but I keep up with it and manage it and audit it and reconcile it.
and even let me just share this as well because putting your bills on auto pay and for and this is a strategy I use as well for those that are starting out in their business. They may not have the total income to pay their bill in full, but at least set it up to pay the minimum payment, right? So
Mhm.
at least you're not late for
Mhm.
one, right? At least the minimum payment got in, and you are aware that you made a payment towards that bill,
Right.
especially a credit card. Because I have several, a few credit cards, and there are times where I'm not able to pay that bill in full, but I know
Mhm.
at least I have it set up to pay
The
the
least
minimum,
minimum.
at
Exactly.
least the minimum. Then I can, when I'm doing my weekly management, I can go say, okay, I'm gonna pay this one off, right? I'm still in control of when it happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if the money is not there because I didn't meet my goal for the week or whatever, I know that at least the minimum is taken care of. And like you say, you ain't got to worry about, oh, I forgot, didn't do that
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, especially on
So,
0% interest. If I always tell my
mhm,
clients, go ahead and set it up on auto pay, because if you miss a payment and you have 0% interest cards,
mhm,
they
mhm, mhm.
will, remove the 0% interest because obviously didn't,
Meet
pay
your
your bill.
obligation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
meet your
Hmm.
obligation. So,
Hmm. Yeah. So there's safeguards, put in there safeguards, to help yourself. And then, okay, so we talked about Um, okay, you got your day. You're talking about looking at your income, looking at your expense, right? Then you want to look at your what's coming up next. So preparing for the next week. Okay, so if you didn't meet your goal for last week of your money goal for last week, this is time to think about, okay, what can I do differently for this week, right? Because I know I don't know, this loan payment coming up, or I know I got an event coming up next week that, I want to attend and I want to pay for my registration for the event next week. I'm just throwing it out there, right? So you want to plan for what's coming up next that you want to either participate in it through your business or an event, right? Or if you are having um, if you got hired VAs or assistants, right? That you're setting aside and you're planning to to cover their expenses, right? So you always want to plan out what you got coming up so you don't have it as a surprise. Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
I forgot that one's coming up. Oh, and these should be written out. If you have a spreadsheet, your Excel spreadsheet or a Google sheet where you know what your expenses are, especially your known expenses. If you know what those are on a regular basis, the timing of it, when they are due, when you expected to have that money, that also takes away um, the anxiety. It takes away some of the fear. It takes away the unknown because you know what it is that is coming up, and you can prepare for it. Right? What get people caught off guard, what gets them kind of rattled, kind of frustrated, is the unknown, not knowing. And you're not knowing is because you're not prepared. So in your money management time, use that time to prepare for the next week, prepare for the next month, or prepare for the next quarter, right? You're projecting out what your finances should be, what you're expecting the income to be. And if you're seeing you're not on track for that, you have that time to pivot. You have that time to put a strategy in place to make it happen, right? Okay. And then, so that's the third thing, just to prepare. Okay. And then the fourth thing is make one tiny decision. Make a decision. What one decision that you can make today, make now or in your money day, that will help you in the future? Whether it's like putting $20 into a savings account because you really haven't been saving for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Or the money hasn't been there to where you really want to save for yourself. Put $20, make that commitment to put $20 in your saving account. Maybe put $50 in your tax bucket. You know that you supposed to pay quarterly taxes on your business income. Set that money aside. Put $50 or whatever it is in your tax bucket. Make a decision and act upon that decision. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be huge, but make a decision and act and take that step. Because what that does, it allows your brain to, I want to say, allows your brain to say, okay, this is safe for me. It's okay for me to do this. Um, I'm not in harm's way. I'm safe with the money. It's okay. I'm setting $20 aside. I'm putting $50 in my tax bucket, or I'm setting money aside for my family trip, my family vacation. This is my extra spend. Whatever it is, make a decision, make a money decision, and do it. Exercise the brain. Okay, that you are making decision within your business to that you are in the leader seat, right? You are driving this boat, this ship, right? And you're making the decision and you're acting upon it. Or that decision could be, okay, I'm canceling this um, subscription, Hey Jen subscription, Angeline. That $89 a month subscription. I don't even hardly use it, but it's a great thing. But I
Oh,
don't
hey, she ain't
personally
got me too. I had to cancel that myself.
Hey Jen,
That
I
was
don't
about
really use it. Yeah. So Angeline, cancel the $89 Hey Jen subscription. Um, or is it that time where you follow it up on your client?
yeah,
Make a decision. Make a decision. Pick up the phone, like make that call to get that money in. If your cash flow is down, and that's what I even had to do a couple of weeks ago. My cash flow was down. And I went
yeah,
into my
yeah,
CRM, like, ooh, there's some invoices that ain't been paid. The client ain't paid their invoice, the tax invoice, right? They ain't paid their. Hey,
yeah.
Miss Angeline, I see that you just following up. You haven't made your payment on your tax invoice. How would you like to take care of that? Would you like to pay it by MasterCard, Visa, American Express? Give them an option. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I said I was going to do it once we got off the Zoom call, and I forgot to do it because they got busy doing something, right? Um, so m- make a decision to do something that will help you to either bring money into your business immediately or to help with that activity to generate more money for you. Okay. So that's the fourth thing. Okay. So again, I'm just going to recap real quick in your 15-minute money meeting. Okay. Just 15 minutes. If you could commit to, let me just say this. If you could commit, if you are scrolling on your cell phone through Instagram, Facebook for 15 minutes, you can commit to yourself, to your business, to
Yeah,
scroll through your bank account, scroll through
exactly.
your invoices, scroll through your expenses to see where you are, to um, get a pulse on your business. Okay. So the
Yeah.
first thing we said was at least find a day that you'll commit to every week to look at your money. Okay. And you're not looking at it to beat yourself up. You're not looking at it to judge it. You're looking at it to strategize. You're looking at it to leverage so that you can continue to move forward. All right. So you choose that one day and you commit to that day in time. And then you're going to look at your income. What is that income looking like? What is your deposit looking like? Do you have some invoices that are outstanding that you need to collect on? Um, do you need to call that client, those customers, to bring that income in, right? So that you can meet your goals, so that you can have the money to pay your bills or do what you need to do, right? Then look at your weekly look at your expenses. What is your outflow, your outgoing of your money? Do you have expenses that are going out on a monthly basis that you're not using? Make a decision to say, hey, I'm not using that. That could be cash flow, could be used somewhere else in my business. Get a pulse on that. All right. So you're looking at your income, deposits coming in, or if they have not come in, looking at um, your invoices, or you're looking at your proposals to get that money in. And
Right.
then those expenses, get a handle of what's going out. And then take time to plan for the next week, plan for the next month, or plan for the next quarter. If you see you're falling short, or if you're seeing that you need some additional cash infusion, what can you do to get more money into your business? Plan for it. Just don't sit there. Plan, make a decision and plan for it. Okay. And then lastly, and then you're going to make a money decision, either transfer money into your savings account, or you're going to transfer money into your tax bucket, or maybe you want to take a family vacation, transfer money there. Maybe you need to go ahead and cancel that subscription, take the action and do it. Just take the
Yeah.
one action. If you do the one action every week, you start seeing, you know, you're
Savings.
getting somewhere. Yeah, you start seeing your savings, you start seeing things start to narrow in, you're having control over it. So, with that said, that is just having that money meeting just will give you a peace of mind regarding your finance. That's a start. All right. And so, Katrina, let me just
Yeah.
ask you this. As a lender and a funding partner, what
Yeah.
do lenders like to see, business owners doing with their money? How can you, from your perspective, from your side of, the business, having that weekly money meeting will help an
Mm.
entrepreneur when they're looking for funding, when they're looking for money and they
Yeah.
need that cash infusion into their business? From your perspective,
Oh
tell me
yeah.
how important
So
it is.
this is golden because think about it. I think we shared it if you go back maybe a couple of 2 or 3 episodes where I talked about the risk. They are evaluating risks. And so for example, if you want to get a business loan, oftentimes they will, if it's business loan that you are trying to get according to, and
Mm-hmm.
they're going to want to verify your income, right? So in
Mm-hmm.
order to verify your revenue that's coming in, they are often asking for 3 months of business bank account statements. They want to see the business
Yes.
bank account statement. And they are looking for, okay, how much is coming in? How much is going out? Are there any insufficient days? Or what is the ending balance for each month?
Yes.
What is
Yes.
it? What is the average of the income that's coming in? And
Coming
typically
in. Uh-huh.
they are giving you a certain percentage of the average of income that's coming in. And so if you are looking to uh, acquire funding, then this is something that you have to be intentional about. You want
Keyword intentional. Mm-hmm.
intentional about, like, you're
Mm-hmm.
planning to get
Mm-hmm.
funding, so therefore you're making sure for the next 90 days that your bank account looks fundable, you know. And so they're looking at, as well as they're also looking at making sure that you didn't have negative days. They're looking, and you can have maybe a one or two, but they're just looking at a cycle. Like, what is the consistent
Yes,
cycle? Do they
right.
see an increase of income month over month? You know, are you trending down? Are you trending up?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they want to see your P&L. Say if you're trying to get even bigger. So the more funding you want, the more documentation that will be needed for a business loan, for a business line of credit. So they
There you
want to make
go.
sure, like I have somebody that I'm working with now who, wants, several $100,000. Okay, well, let's see your P&L. So if you have done all these deductions and you have a negative P&L, where you're not profitable on your P&L, then they're going to probably deny you, because it's like, who wants to loan money to an unprofitable business? Now,
Right, exactly. That's a high risk
you may be profitable, but it doesn't look like it on paper, right?
paper. Right. Mm-hmm.
So you just want to make sure on paper that you look fundable, you look profitable, you look like you have positive cash flow. These
There
are the
you go.
things that they are looking at. And they're just looking at your
That's
risk,
right.
the
They're
risk
right.
of your
Yeah.
business. Yeah. The health
There
of
you
your
go.
business.
Amen. There you go. And so your weekly money meeting, it's not about perfection. It's about leadership, that you are in control of what your business is
There
doing,
you
what's
go.
happening in your business. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to
It's
making sure you're
stable.
doing
The
everything
business is
being
stable.
stable. Yes. Yes. Okay. So hopefully this was insightful, gave you a starting point to put a finger, a pulse on your business, your money. Again, this is tax time as well. And when you do this on a weekly basis, I guarantee you, when it comes around tax time and you need to get your documents into your tax preparer or your CPA, whatever, it will be in order. You don't have to take 2 weeks and try to put everything together and then
Yeah.
give your preparer, your tax preparer, your CPA, this all your stuff, and you just kind of jumbled it together because you did it in a hurry manner. You- when you do it in a cycle, you do it in a systematic way, it just brings you peace, it brings you
Yeah.
calmness, it just brings you clarity of where you are, what you're doing, and what you need to do to get where you want to go, right?
Yeah.
um, and so that will be helpful during tax time as well. And then it also help you to focus on, when you are looking at your expenses, what is really tax deductible. Because if you guys are, hopefully you're not commingling stuff. um,
Oh, you need to say that again.
ho- Please do not commingle.
What is
Do
commingle?
not
What is that?
commingle
What is
your
that commingling?
personal expenses, mixing them together, using your business income to pay for personal expenses, or paying your business expenses using your personal income. You
Well, if you
don't want
have
to,
to, what can you do?
but it's a
For the people that
not on a
are,
regular basis. Yes, there is time where, okay, yes, you may need to put an infusion into your business personally. Okay, then you take a loan from you personally.
yeah,
I'm just throwing out a number. Let's say
yeah,
you take a $1,000 loan from yourself personally, deposit that into your business, and then pay the business expense.
there you
That's
go.
how you do that.
Pretty
Okay.
simple.
And then that $1,000 is recorded inside of your business bookkeeping, that the business owes you, business owner, $1,000 for putting additional personal money in to continue to run the business. It's been documented. It's been tracked.
Yeah,
Okay. And that's legitimate. But not what's not legitimate is where you are going to the grocery store and you buying your family groceries every week out of your business account. You're taking your family to Chuck E. Cheese and you pay for it out of your business account. You know what I
oh
mean?
my,
That That kind of stuff is
At
not.
least don't make it a habit. You may every blue moon, you accidentally or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
But
but it's not on a recurring thing.
yeah,
And when you have your money meeting, you can see what you are doing. Now, you may have done that in the past, but when you have your money meeting, now you're training yourself to think like a owner, a business
yeah,
owner, entrepreneur, and operate as one. Okay,
yeah.
as such. And so I know we're at our time, girl,
We
and I
are
just want to.
overtime.
We are over time. I do want to throw out this call to action and this invite. We are starting our Good Girlfriends Wealth Circle that is coming up. We're going to be launching
Yes,
in
yes,
uh, July. We're going to be launching that in July. However, what we are also doing is allowing you all to participate on our free audio podcast that is being broadcast amongst several many um, podcasting venues,
platform. Yeah.
platforms,
Mhm.
on a weekly basis, not only here in the US, but also internationally. And so we're offering you to share your story on our Good Girlfriends Wealth Circle podcast. If you're interested in that, um, type in Wealth Circle, WELTH Circle. If you are in my Facebook feed or in my IG Live feed, Wealth Circle. If you are in Katrina's Facebook and IG Live feed, type in Meet with Angeline, and we will get you the
No, they have to go
the
to the website www
www, yes, www, I'm
meet
sorry,
with Angeline.
www.meetwithangeline.com.
Mhm.
And then we will get you the form to fill out to participate in the free podcast. And once you're in the podcast, we will be sharing more information about the Good Girlfriends Wealth Circle, where we will be talking about taxes, tax strategy. We'll be talking about finances, getting a pulse on your finances. We'll be talking about the money fears and things like that. So we are excited about this. We got some good things in store. We're going to be inviting guest speakers as well. Of course, my girl Katrina will be there speaking and sharing about finance, funding, business funding as well, because we are supporting each
Yes,
other.
yes, yes, yes.
So we're excited about this
Super
new
excited.
community.
Super exciting.
We're super excited, and we got some great things planned out. We're working it out, so that's coming forth in July. So, but once you get into the podcast and get your free podcast, you will be able to also take your free podcast. If you're in, you'll be able to take that and use it for your advertising. You can use that to promote your business, okay, as well. You can use it however you like to use it for your business. Okay. So that's
Awesome,
a free
awesome.
tool we're giving you for connecting with us and being a part of the Good Girlfriends World Circle. So, Katrina, you have
Yeah.
a community as well. So, tell them about the She's Fully Funded. Uh,
Yeah, so as you guys know that we help you to get the funding, and we have a community of other business owners who are either aspiring to get funding, they're in the process of getting funding, or they have received funding and they're learning how to grow their business so that they can get their return on their funding. And
yes.
so it is called the She's Fully Funded Club. Yes, so drop the word club in the chat there, word CLUB, and we will send you invitation to do that. If you're on the Grow, Thrive, and Prosper side, obviously, you can just go to the school platform. That's SKOOL.com, and there you can type in the search of the communities. You can just search She's Fully Funded Club, and it will come up and you're able to join from there. So
All
we thank
right.
you guys for joining us today. I know we ran just a little tad bit late today, but as you guys know, you can always come back several times to be able to look at the entire episode. It is on
Yes.
replay. On You can look at the replay on Instagram as well as on our Facebook pages. My Facebook page is New Day for You Financial, and your Facebook
My
is
Facebook page is Grow,
same.
Thrive,
Yeah,
Prosper
it's the
Collective.
same.
Grow, Thrive, Prosper Collective.
Yes,
That's
yes.
my
So
Facebook and IG.
yeah, so I'm super excited about next week. So you guys join us next week at the same time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3:30 Pacific
Pacific.
Standard Time. I will
Yes.
be talking next week about business credit. Business credit. We're starting to talk about all month. We're talking about credit, and so we've talked about personal credit, and next week we're going to be talking about business credit, how we can essentially transition from optimizing our personal credit to now building our business credit, turning that good credit into fundable power. So
Woohoo! All
excited
right. And
about
then once
that.
she gets you that credit, get once you get them in that business credit and get that funding, then you need a strategy
You
to
got to
help you
have a
keep them.
strategy.
You
Yeah.
gotta have a strategy and a purpose for your money, right? Because
Yes, 100.
otherwise, Katrina says she's not gonna give it to you.
Look, see, I'm telling you, ask somebody. Ask somebody. I do want to make sure you have a mission for your money. You have a plan
Mission for
to
your money.
bring a return on that money. I'm very, very strategic. I was talking to one of our business funding partners today, and I was telling them about that I just don't like giving people money if they don't feel, if I don't feel like they have a plan. I talked to somebody the other day. They was just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I got a dream
Mm-hmm.
to do this, all these dreams and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, let's put a business plan. Let's talk about how you're going to utilize it. Is that going to give you cash flow? How you're going to pay out
Right.
your repayment plan? How you're going to pay this off? Because the whole purpose is not to get into debt. The purpose is to you leverage other people's money in order to get to your goal quicker, to get
There you go.
profit so that you could take that profit to pay off the money that you did leverage and then rinse and repeat. That's
There
that's
you
the
go.
money game.
That's the money game. That's the money game. And we plan for peace, we pay with purpose, and we prosper on purpose. Okay.
Period.
Plan for peace, pay with purpose, and prosper with purpose. So we're gonna drop the mic on that and we'll
Drop
see
the
you
mic on
all
that.
next week.
Okay. That's what I was like. Well, we're gonna end on that one. Well, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
God bless. God bless.